Hello there, my name is Scott Harmon and my wife and I own and operate two pediatric therapy clinics called Therapy for Kids. You can check it out right here, therapyforkids.net. Now, we like toys. We play with toys all day long. It's what we get paid to do. Play with kids and play with toys. So when I bought my daughters this dollhouse, I said, oh my goodness, this is going to take a while to put together. So I created a how-to video on how to put it together. All right, real quick before we get to the step-by-step instructions on how to create and build this dollhouse, we provide occupational, speech, and physical therapy at our two pediatric therapy clinics. If you're a manufacturer or a creator of a toy you'd like for us to review, email me, scott@therapyforkids.net. If you have a child who needs some developmental assistance as far as a speech therapist, an occupational therapist, physical therapist, we're based in Arkansas, but we also do Tele-Therapy. That's live video sessions. So you can check that out at therapyforkids.net. All right, if you have any questions, let me know, and let's get to the build out of this dollhouse. My girls loved it. Well, somebody has to put this bad boy together. Let's get after it. Now, before you get started and get to this finished product, this fine product that I have, I highly suggest you go get a drill. A drill that not only has a battery pack on it, but that does this. Now, what you heard there was the drill slipping on purpose so it doesn't bear down all the way to strip out the screw or to break your product. And you can see right here, I can set the dial for the sensitivity. Go right now and buy you a drill. If you don't have a drill, it's a good reason to buy a drill. I mean, look what you're going to put together. Go put it together. It's my daughter's banjo. All right, the one big box right here had 4 smaller boxes in it. All right, I got all this unpacked here. Oh my goodness, look at this. All right, lay out all your sticks in the up position so you can see the lettering. It says we need A1, B1, and C1. That's what I have right here. This is Phillips head screwdriver right here. Guess what? It's not a Phillips head screwdriver. No, it takes a hex nut right here. I'm going to put this in my drill. You got to be careful with these screws. I mean, they're real soft. They'll strip out real easy if you're using a drill. Guess what? Your grooves might not line up very good. So what you'll need to do is loosen the screw in order to get the panel in there. You'll have about this much overlap at the other end, so make sure the panels slide all the way into the center. Now that you have all the indoor panels pointed to the inside of the house and you have them slid all the way in to each of the grooves in the middle, you can tighten that screw up if it was loose because you needed to slide it into the groove and the grooves didn't match up. Be sure the pictures to the outside are facing to the outside. Windows face to the outside. Put panels F1 and F2 in. Be sure that panels F1 and F2 match the color scheme. Alright, you guys, putting this together, this is all about color scheme. We're not designers, but you have to match the color scheme. Alright, now you're going to grab the long sticks of A4 and B2. So there's 2 long A4s and 1 long B2. See how long those are? Alright, so here's how it goes. A4, A4, B2 right here. Put them on there, and then you're going to snug it up and screw it in. Alright, that's how it looks. You will have a gap right here, and that's okay. Take this next A4 piece, right here, the long one, and we're going to put it on the top, right here, where it says C1. Alright, when you put it together, make sure that these on the top and in the middle, on the bottom, the grooves are in the inside. Alright? Groovy on the inside, right here. Make sure these grooves go to the outside of the dollhouse, not towards the center, towards the outside. Make sure you slide the panel into the groove. This one is not in the groove yet, but we're fixing to get groovy with it. Start praying right now. All these grooves line up in the slots. If it's not manufactured right, you're going to have to loosen the screws in order to make it fit and then retighten the screws. H1 right here goes on the left side. Just get these screws in there kind of loose all the way down for H1, J3, and 1 and 2. Just kind of get it on there kind of loose. Start it. And what you can do is you can pull this board a little bit this way to slide it into the groove. We just basically want to approximate it because when we tighten those screws, that way it's all in alignment and it's going to go right together. Now we're going to do H2 and connect all these crossbars here, J1, 2, and 3, connected on the right side. Now we're going to have to slide these panels in right through here, so don't do like I did and have the grooves not facing towards the house. Now I got to fix that. Make sure your grooves will be accepting these panels. Okay, I'm back. It's day 2. Working on this. I had to hide it so my daughter wouldn't see it. So let's get after it. When you go to put these side anchors in, make sure that you have the right ones, because if the groove is not in the right place, guess what? You got to do it over. So be sure it's J2, J2, and J1 on the bottom on the left side. Next we're going to try to slide these side panels in. Alright, make sure the windows go to the outside and that the inside is color matched. Mine are actually labeled wrong. This F3 says it should go to the right side, as you can see down here in the right corner. Well, that would be over here on this side. That would be where F3 goes, but guess what? This F3 panel is a floral pattern. It goes on the left side, down here at the bottom. So they have it marked wrong. Pay attention. Alright, so I have the panels over here put on, these side panels, and I have these side panels put on here, plus the top ones, the 2 little ones. You gotta have your grooves right in the little sticks, the J2 sticks, so be sure to get those right before you tighten anything up. Actually, don't tighten it up until you get these panels in here. I haven't tightened these J2 and J3 and J1 sticks up yet, so don't do that yet. Okay, we're going to put the H3 and H4 sticks on the side, on the front. H3 and H4, and I'll show you where those go. They go right here on this side and right here on this side. So when you go to install these H3 and H4 longer sticks, this slopes downward towards the outside on both sides. So that one and that one. So first thing I suggest is to get the bottom one done first. Get that screw in there all the way through on the bottom of this H3 and H4. Alright, I've got the H3 and H4 on the front. Now I've got to tighten it up. All these screws on all these legs are loose. I'm hoping when this thing tightens up, it just kind of snugs right in. If it's manufactured pretty well, that's what's going to happen. You might have to bang on these a little bit, just kind of pop them in there. That's what I was doing, just banging on those. Just be careful and not break any of the panels. All right, we're going to place a dowel on the top of B1 and slide this dowel, this D, item D, which is right here. So here's the little dowel that we're going to put in. Here's D, it's about that long. We're going to put it in the top. Let me show you where that is. So right there in the middle, in the back of the house. Two more dowels on the top and the M1. All right, N1 and N2 go on the top. This is what it looks like at the top. Be sure the slants go on the top. And then on the bottom you can see we got a screw. Put both of those screws on the top, and then we're going to tighten it. Alright folks, here's why I'm making this video, so you don't have to make these mistakes. Look at these edges right here. Guess what? There's no grooves. The grooves go to the inside. Oh my goodness, there's grooves on the outside. Alright, we're going to put J3 on top. Here's J3. I'll show you where they go, because you got to get the angles right. And remember your grooves. Alright, this is how you put it on. Now these J3s have a slight angle in this groove right here. So you can see how it's sitting at an angle. Right there, it's kind of angled down. So you have to make sure that the groove is right. Remember, the groove goes to the inside here. There's no grooves on the outside. It's a J3. Now we're only going to tighten the screw slightly on the back, not on the front, because we got another piece to put on there. So this screw goes through 3 pieces of wood. That's where it goes. I have pretty much done this project all by myself up to this point, but I think I'm going to have to get some help here. It says hold piece P with each of the 2 holes lining up with those on piece N1 and N2. Let me see if I can do that. I don't think it's going to work. I can't both hold it and run the drill at the same time. I got to go get some help. Alright, Q1, this one right here, goes on the left side. Be sure the green is on the rooftop. Green tile is roof. White is on the inside. You've got to be sure that these panels are in the grooves all the way up and down before you tighten the screws. I put the screw in on the top before I put this screw in at the bottom. It's pretty easy that way. Now I'm not going to lie, getting these in the grooves right here of these pieces was hard. Loosen up these screws to get all of these in the groove. Alright, this R2 and R1 triangle are going to hold the rod. Make sure you use these smaller screws. You want to make sure that this little notch right here goes towards the back. Oh man, I'm super excited. I've got one piece left and it's this rod. And it says S for me, for Scott. So nice of him to think of me. Alright, here's the deal. I got it in this side, but look here. It won't reach the other side. Oh, look how close it is. Oh, I'm sick. Now that you have all the parts in, go back around and be sure to tighten the screws so you don't have a screw loose. I mean, you don't want a screw loose, do you? Look here, I already have a couple pieces of furniture for this thing. Alright, thank you so much for watching my how-to step-by-step video on how to put this dollhouse together. As you saw, my girls really enjoyed this dollhouse. Be sure to check out our website, therapyforkids.net, and if you are a manufacturer or you have a toy that you want us to review from a professional standpoint, email me, scott@therapyforkids.net. Alright, thank you for watching. Godspeed.